Hi all. I want to show you my game before entering this tournament. It was a club game on Monday night, and the tournament I'm playing in at the moment is the London Classic. I'm on one out of two. I got murdered by an international master yesterday. Well, on the chessboard, not literally. Um, but this was the club game against St Albans on the Monday night, and I rushed out and I managed to fry my computer. Hence, I've had to reinstall a new operating system. I've gone on to Windows 7, which not only recovered the computer, but I wanted to go to that anyway. I was on XP before, by the way. So if things seem different, it's because I've had to reinstall lots of software, including ChessBase Lite. This is the new version of ChessBase Lite 2009, and I haven't got it all set up yet. So anyway, I was white. So we have here, I started off with my usual reti, and I've got the English opening transposition with c4 now. So I'm comfortable with this position actually, and I'm playing d3 here to avoid like sort of King's Indian type positions, because I've got a nice standard plan I've used before, just rook b1, just gaining space on the queen side. And this is great to use if you don't want to have to be so theoretical. All you're doing is a simple positional plan, gaining a bit of space on the queen side. So it's a bit like a Jamie Oliver recipe. It's not too advanced. Anyone could do this. Just rook b1, a3, b4, chase the knight from b5. And now I chose bishop b2. I was thinking, about a good, strategic plan. And actually, analogous to this game, I remember a game years ago with Adams playing black in a Sicilian defence. And this is a kind of reverse Sicilian, c4 like c5. And I remember Adams having his queen, on a8. So I thought, yeah, to get that, I'd play rook a1. And he didn't exchange rooks, though. But it let me infiltrate now with the rook on a7. This rook moved to c8. And he's also weakened some light squares. This guy, he's 186, by the way. Only 2 ECF points lower than me, so I'm 188. So I play queen a1 here, and I've got a very nice position already. So he plays f5, and now I want a good sort of career path for this knight. So I'm wondering, here or here for this knight. So actually, if I retreat here, then it can go there, it can go there, and then it can choose. So either there or there. So I play knight e1 and knight c2. And here I noticed, okay, he wants to hack me up with bishop h3. So can I distract from that and gain a valuable tempo? Well, there is an interesting resource, knight a4, because now bishop h3, and I'll be playing knight takes b6. So he wastes time with rook b8, and I play now knight b4 anyway. Because there's another point now, bishop h3 is again sort of prevented, because knight a6 might be a good idea, attacking the rook. And if the rook moves, then again knight takes b6. So he abandoned this plan by playing queen d8. So I think I've won the sort of opening battle. So knight a6, rook c8, bishop b7, winning the exchange. But after bishop h3, I actually don't move the rook. Maybe I should have. The default Fritz 6, which I don't really trust, is indicated to move the rook. In fact, I'm going to reduce the number of lines it's offering to 2. But anyway, I just played this, bishop takes c8, which is arguably maybe it's not the best, but I thought it was quite a practical move, trying to hijack this diagonal, as we'll see. Bishop c8, knight takes. Now I just play rook a1. So I'm freely offering the rook exchange sack, because look at all these light squares over here and over here. So he takes queen d7. Now I just play knight b8, so I'm getting my knight to c6 with tempo there. And also threatening now, rook takes c8 if he's not careful, knight e7 check, forking. Knight e7, so I take on e7, and now I hijack the diagonal, queen h3. So I think I've still got a very pleasant position, and this knight can, although it's on the rim at the moment, it can come via c3 to d5. So queen f7. So he's got a threat on f2. I neutralise that by playing f3. A bit of a controversial move. I was a bit concerned actually here that I might be worse. because I was looking at d5 thinking, oh, hang on, isn't d5 quite kind of strong? Actually, let's have a quick look. d5, you see, I don't have to take, I think. I was thinking c5, but actually maybe there's a strong move, bishop a3. This is what Fritz is coming up with. Yeah, maybe that's better. And then I could take on f8 after knight d6 and then take on d6. So d5 is not a concern here, apparently. So anyway, he played fg, and after hg, he played now queen f5, and I think this did give me a solid advantage now. I took on f5 and just started to reroute the knight now. After this king f7 move, I play knight c3. So I'm coming into d5 with check. And I thought, well, okay, maybe he's okay actually. Maybe I haven't got anything. I wasn't totally sure if I had anything concrete. But I played rook a8 with the idea that knight f6, I've got knight takes b6 check, takes rook a7 check, picking up this bishop. So he's a bit uncomfortable in that he can't move the knight. So he protects the bishop, which I thought was the first step to moving the knight. And I thought, okay, I'll interfere with, well, I'll put in the mild threat of knight takes b6 check here. And, okay, he played king c8, and actually it occurred to him that he's actually allowed knight e7 check, forking king and rook. And he actually resigned. This was at move 37, so this was after the 35 moves, which in the Hertfordshire League, you know, we were playing this to either adjudication or German. And, well, fortunately for my team, he resigned. I accept the resignation, of course, but I thought it was a bit premature because knight e7 check, you know, he missed it. He could just attack my rook. But apparently, I mean, if we had adjudicated this, apparently white has a significant edge here in any case. Not by taking the rook. That's absolutely nothing, I think, just a rook exchange. Or is it? Maybe that's an advantage as well after knight e7, because f5 is weak. Maybe white does stand better, but apparently also just rook a6. And after rook f8, f4, apparently white stands a bit better, according to an early version of Fritz. So I will be getting back my Ribka, by the way. I'm going to try Ribka 3 actually on Windows 7. Maybe it was interfering with the videos before, and that's why I was on a version of 2.3 or something. But once I get this chess place light sorted, I'll be back to Ribka. So anyway, I was a bit fortunate that the opponent actually resigned after playing king c8. Let's have a look at in overview and summary. So I just played again with knight f3 and then c4. And so I'm avoiding really mainline theory and just playing, you know, just trying to play nice, you know, positional chess, and it was a very enjoyable game to play. Just infiltrating on the queen side, nifty sort of maneuver queen a1, followed by another nifty sort of knight maneuver. So this is all kind of, you know, reusable stuff you can use in your own games. I might try it in Blitz a bit more. This sort of plan. So bishop b7, and then I offered back the exchange rather generously. So I shouldn't have, but I thought I would have some sort of light square thing going on, which I did, with the knight coming back to d5. So he sort of there was some mild you know, time pressure. 7 moves in 15 minutes after the 35 move is played. So, you know, maybe that's why he just, okay, he panics a bit, thinking he just allowed this fork. But I think white's better by still in this particular position. White's maybe got enough to try and win after adjudication. So I was a bit fortunate there anyway that he resigned. But please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.